You're listening to the Hungarian Living Podcast. This is episode 85. By the time this episode is posted, I will be in Hungary. But for now, I have been packing my bags, gathering last-minute things, and making name tags for our tour participants for our June trip. I cannot wait. Stay tuned for this episode of the Hungarian Living Podcast, where I talk all about our tours in 2024, as well as our private trips. Well, hello! Welcome to the Hungarian Living Podcast. I'm your host, Elizabeth Szabó-Voss. Our goal is to discover, celebrate, and share Hungarian heritage and encourage you to do it too. We'll touch on food, travel, history, music, language, genealogy, and share stories from our guests. We're glad you're here. This is a podcast where we'll explore Hungarian heritage in a variety of ways. We'll introduce you to some fun people and organizations who love their Hungarian heritage and share some great resources with you so you can get connected to your Hungarian heritage in a deeper way. So whether you know a little or a lot about being Hungarian, this is the place to be. To our regular listeners, welcome back. And to those who are joining us for the first time, we are so glad you're here. I am going to give a super brief overview of our 2024 tours to Hungary, but I'm also going to talk a bit about our side trips and private tours and excursions. For starters, we have our 2024 tour information posted on the magyarliving.com website. We are waiting for the final pricing information for the May 2024 and October 2024 tours. There is a lot of fluctuation in prices, and hotels are hesitant to give any commitments this far in advance. There is the added ambiguity about fuel pricing, as well as the up and down of the forint, so we all have to be patient for the details. At this point, you can get a sense of what we do on our tours and see if we are visiting a region or focusing on things that are of interest to you. There is a link in the show notes. In February, we have our Winter Traditions Tour, where we will experience the beauty of Hungary during a slower-paced season. We will visit palaces and castles and workshops of folk artists, and we'll learn some Hungarian folk dances and learn how to prepare some wonderful foods, even kolbász, which is a Hungarian sausage. And we will learn a lot about history and traditions and enjoy some excellent food. We will be in Mohács for carnival season, which means we will learn all about the Battle of Mohács that happened in 1526, and we will be able to be a part of the Busó Festival. These traditional festivities have been inscribed on the representatives list of the intangible cultural heritage of humanity of the UNESCO, which is United Nations Educational, Scientific, and Cultural Organization. And that happened in the year 2009, and it is definitely not something to miss. In May, we will have our folk art and culinary tour, where we will explore folk art and enjoy wonderful foods in eastern and northeastern Hungary. Experiencing the local culture is important, so we will learn all about Pálinka, the healing waters of several spas, and the wooden churches of the area, as well as other architectural highlights. And all the details are on our website. And in October, we will host a wine and culinary tour. We will visit 3 different wine regions in Hungary. We'll enjoy excellent wines, of course, but there will also be some amazing food. We will visit several UNESCO World Heritage sites and experience the local culture with Pálinka, of course, wine, and we'll visit several spas, and we'll visit Hollókő, as well as the Hortobágy National Park. Again, those details are also at the website, which we will have links in the show notes. But if you have other areas on your mind or you want a private tour, let's talk. We know that sometimes our tour dates do not necessarily align with your available dates for travel. For example, maybe you are going on a cruise and your final stop is Budapest. You can extend your trip for a few days, and we can find a driver/guide who can get you those important areas of Hungary that you would like to visit. We can take care of all those details, and you can have the fun. We have also organized 1 to 2 day excursions for a small group of people, as well as larger and longer private group tours. If you would like to explore this option, let's schedule a time to talk about your needs. Visiting your ancestral village and connecting with relatives, even if you don't know how to speak any Hungarian, is entirely possible. You just need a translator. And even better than a translator is a tour guide who can help you understand the history behind why people left the country during the different time frames that they left Hungary and explain important cultural details to you as the questions come to your mind. Additionally, if you have a short time in Budapest, but you don't want to stress about trying to get around, you can hire a guide for the day, and they can help you get to the places you want to visit and explain things along the way. So contact us at tours@magyarliving.com for more information and to reserve your guide. While we have been doing these things for our tour participants for a number of years, we have formalized our process for those who aren't on one of our tours but would like to have a more personalized visit. Each excursion is priced on a case-by-case basis and is determined by your needs. Once you receive your quote, you can pay by check or with a credit card. So whether you are joining us for one of our tours or you would like to schedule a driver guide for a very personalized visit, we are looking forward to talking about your options. Thank you for listening. We will have links in the show notes to the tours talked about in the podcast, so please check those out. And keep paying attention to the upcoming episodes because we're going to do some episodes from Hungary, which is pretty exciting because that's a little bit new for us to be podcasting from on the road. And if you like what we do on the Hungarian Living Podcast, share this episode or your favorite episode with someone you know who might get excited about it. Do you want to learn the Hungarian language, Hungarian history, or learn how to research the Hungarian side of your family? We've got you covered. Check out all our learning opportunities as well as meaningful books and gifts at thehungarianstore.com. Thanks for listening. If you enjoyed this episode of the Hungarian Living Podcast, please share it with someone you know who loves their Hungarian heritage. If you own a business and would like to talk about sponsoring an episode of the podcast, please contact us at podcast@hungarianliving.com for more information. Special thanks to Stephen Chichek and the Animal Cannibals for the show music. Check out our show notes for links to resources mentioned in this episode. If you have a question or comment, we'd love to hear from you. We'll catch you next time.